What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Talking Thrones. Now that Season 7 is officially over, I want to talk about a character who still has some unfinished business heading into the last season. Arya Stark is well known for having a hit list of people she has intended on killing, but she has yet to scratch all of those names off of her list. In the Season 7 finale, she was the one who delivered the fatal blow to Littlefinger, although he wasn't on her list. But that did get me thinking, who could she kill next? I want to go over the current state of her list and talk about which characters she is likely to kill before this series ends. Ever since Arya started to keep track of people she wanted to kill, it has changed several times over the years, and because it has changed so many times, I want to go over every name that was on her list at one time or another. Then I will talk about who is currently left on the list and whether or not I think she will take them out. Before I go through the names, I want to show you a clip from Season 6 when Arya was training with the Waif. This was the last time Arya named off everyone she wanted to kill.
Who else was on Arya Stark's funny little list?
Cersei Lannister. Gregor Clegane. Walder Frey.
That's a short list. That can't be everyone you want to kill. Are you sure you're not forgetting someone?
Which name would you like a girl to speak?
For some reason, there are a lot of names missing from her list now, and I'm not exactly sure why because some of these people are still alive. But let's go through the actual names that were on her list, then see who is left for her to scratch off herself. The first name on her list was Joffrey, and he was put on her list in the very first season of the show, and for very good reasons. He bullied her friend the Butcher's Boy, who ended up being killed by the Hound, all because of this little fight that they got into. And Arya took this very personal, not to mention Joffrey and Cersei wanted her direwolf Nymeria killed because she bit him. But as we all know, Lady was killed instead, but to top it all off, Joffrey ended up ordering the execution of Arya's father, Ned Stark. It's pretty obvious why Arya has wanted him dead all these years, but as we all know, Joffrey was poisoned during his wedding, so Arya never got to scratch his name off for herself. When Arya and Sansa reunited in Season 7, she expressed to Sansa how angry she was when she heard someone else kill Joffrey because he was always at the top of her list, and she wanted to do it herself. The next person that was on her list was the Hound, and he was put there because he actually killed the Butcher's Boy. But after she spent quite some time with the Hound, she really got to know him and she ended up taking him off of the list, which she had to admit to the Waif during one of their training exercises. She assumed the Hound was going to die after Brienne kicked his ass, but in Season 8 I think they will meet again. And this is one reunion I am really looking forward to because I know they're going to get along great with each other, plus I really want to see them fight together. The Hound will be heading north too, so it's just a matter of time before they reconnect. Sir Meryn Trant was also on her list because he was the one who killed her water dancing teacher Syrio Forel. And this was one name Arya was actually able to scratch off, and she didn't disappoint when she did. Sir Ilyn Payne was on her list for beheading her father, Ned Stark, and Sir Ilyn Payne is actually still alive, but he has not been seen on the television show for a very long time. The actor ended up getting cancer and the doctors told him he was going to die, but after he had an operation they were able to save his life, and as far as I know he is cancer free. But I do not think they're going to be bringing him back into the story. While Arya was at the House of Black and White in Season 6, she named everyone that was on her list, and she no longer had Ilyn Payne on there, so that must be for a reason. The show writers must not intend on bringing this character back, but who really knows? They could always recast him, but with only a few episodes left, it doesn't really seem likely. Tywin Lannister was also on her list, and he was the mastermind behind the Red Wedding, and Arya was also his cupbearer, so she was well aware of him plotting against her brother Robb Stark, considering they were at war with one another. But as we all know, Tyrion Lannister actually killed Tywin before Arya could ever see him again. Polliver was on her list for killing her friend Lomi with her sword Needle, and Polliver was another name Arya was able to scratch off for herself. While she was with the Hound, they ran into him at an inn, and that's when Arya was able to get Needle back off of him and pierce it through his throat, just like he did to Lomi. And Rorg was another name that was on her list. He actually threatened to rape Arya, but she killed him by piercing Needle through his heart. Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr were on her list for selling Gendry off to Melisandre, and Thoros of Myr ended up dying beyond the wall when they went to capture a White. and we really can't confirm or deny whether or not Beric is still alive. Beric was at Eastwatch by the Sea with Tormund when the Night King attacked the wall with Viserion, and the wall came crumbling down and we didn't see whether or not they survived the wall collapsing. It did look like they were able to get to the other side of the wall that didn't actually fall, so if Beric did survive, I don't think Arya will still kill him anyway, considering Gendry did end up forgiving him and Thoros. I think if Arya would become aware of this, she will learn to live with it too. Plus, the last time Arya named off her list, she was no longer naming Beric or Thoros on there either. I'm not sure why they keep changing her list, but it has to be for a reason. I can really only assume it's because she will no longer try to kill them. The writers probably knew she would never cross paths with them again, so they just had her stop saying their names. Walder Frey was on her list due to the Red Wedding, but as we saw in the Season 7 premiere, Arya basically wiped out his entire house by using his face to poison everyone. This was another name Arya was able to personally scratch off. Melisandre was another person Arya had listed to kill because she was the one who actually took Gendry away, and Arya knew she had evil intentions. This was actually one person I thought Arya would kill, simply because Melisandre told her they would meet again. I thought they would cross paths while they were traveling since Arya was heading home to the north and Melisandre was told to go south or she would be executed. I was really hoping they would meet again, but they never did. Melisandre made it to Dragonstone and she was the main reason Daenerys and Jon were able to meet, and when Jon Snow arrived on Dragonstone, she told Varys that her job was done. She connected ice with fire. So now she was going to leave Westeros and we have no idea if we're ever going to see her again or not. Melisandre was another name that was taken off of Arya's list for some reason. In Season 4, when Arya was with the Hound, she listed off her names before she went to sleep, and she did say the Red Woman, but in Season 6, during her training at the House in Black and White, her name was no longer being said. This makes me think they may never see each other again, unfortunately. Now, I know the actress was pregnant, which did conflict with her filming schedule, so that could be the reason why she left this show so abruptly. Personally, I was not a fan of the way they just had Melisandre up and leave the plot, but I am really hoping we see her again in Season 8, but the way things are being written, that might be the last time we ever see her. I think if the show writers planned on writing Melisandre out of the show, they should have just had Arya kill her, but I'm gonna hold out hope that she does show up again. Before Jon made her leave the North, she did remind him that he could use her against the army of the dead. She told Jon that she could help him win this war, which I always found very interesting. I would like to see her again just to see what other kind of tricks that she might have up her sleeve, but don't hold your breath. There are 2 names left on her list, and both of these people are alive and still working together, which are Cersei and the Mountain. Arya has wanted to kill the Mountain since he was torturing people back at Harrenhal, back when she was Tywin's cupbearer, and she wanted Cersei dead since Season 1. I think there is a good chance Arya could kill both of them. In the books, Maggie the Frog said Cersei would be killed by the Valonqar, which is the little brother. But in the television show, this was never stated, which means just about anyone with the right opportunity could kill Cersei. One of Arya's goals this season was to kill Cersei, but after she found out Jon and Sansa had retaken Winterfell, she went home instead. But that doesn't mean she will never leave again to finish off her list. Someone seriously needs to kill Cersei, so who better to do it than Arya, who has wanted her dead since the beginning of this series. She could also kill the Mountain too, but I still feel like the Hound will be the one to take him down. The writers have been doing so much fan service lately, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave us Clegane Bowl too. The Hound confronted him at the Dragon Pit and he told him, "You know who is coming for you, brother. You've always known." And I think the Hound was actually talking about himself. And I'm even more convinced the Hound will kill him one day, but I might be wrong about that. I know a few of you have been leaving comments about Arya wearing someone else's face to actually kill Cersei. I know some of you think she could wear Littlefinger's face, and some of you believe she will wear Jaime's face, and that's how she will be able to get close enough to kill her. I'm not so sure either one of these things are actually going to happen, but Jaime is on his way north, most likely to Winterfell. This would give Arya the right opportunity to kill Jaime if she wanted to, but he was actually never on her list. He did push Bran out of the window, and that's certainly a good enough reason for Arya to want to kill him if she found this out, but I don't think Jaime's fate is in the hands of Arya right now. I still believe Jaime will die saving one of the Starks, or maybe even die saving Brienne. Arya could always use his face afterwards regardless of how he dies, then she could go south and greet with Cersei as Jaime and kill her. Jaime is much bigger than Arya though, but we have seen Arya take the same shape as the person whose face she is actually wearing. When she wore Walder Frey's face, she did appear to be much taller, so if she's got Jaime's face, she could pass herself off as him too, no matter what the height is. Since they left the Valonqar part of the prophecy out of the show, I think Arya has just as good a chance of killing Cersei as anyone else. With her skill set, I am very confident she could get it done with ease. Everyone that wants to kill Cersei the most is going to be in the north, fighting against the army of the dead, so it's hard to say which person will actually go back to King's Landing to take her out. Unless Cersei would come north, of course, but I don't see her ever doing that. What do you all think about this, though? The last time Arya named off her list, she only had Cersei, Walder Frey, and the Mountain on there, and she already killed Walder Frey, so out of Cersei and the Mountain, which one do you think she is most likely to kill? Leave it down in the comments and let's see which one gets the most votes. In my opinion, I think it would have to be Cersei, especially since she wanted to kill her this season, but she changed her mind for the time being. Let me know what you think though, and I have to thank you all for watching today's video. I really do appreciate that, and I also want to thank all of you generous people on Patreon. Thank you for your support. I hope you all have a great day. Bye.